booted out into the street.
Some disgruntled workers drive, and I do mean drive, their concerns to City Hall.
And the Jazz play their last regular season home game and hope to improve their record, which is right now the best in the NBA.
Eyewitness News at 6 is next.
You're watching KSL Channel 5. This is Eyewitness News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Ruth Todd, in tonight for Dick Moore.
And I'm Bruce Lindsay. Every week, 4 or 5 children are sexually assaulted here in Salt Lake City. Sound impossible? Consider these numbers. In the first 3 months of 1998, more than 60 felony cases of child sexual abuse were reported in the city.
We have a higher percentage of children getting molested than a lot of other areas in the country.
Crime specialist Karen Shaler has been looking into this and joins us now live. Karen, 2 questions. Why are the numbers so high, and what can be done to protect these children?
Well, Bruce, one of the reasons the numbers are so high is because this community has so many young children. The number one way to protect those children, accept the fact that these kids are being sexually assaulted by someone they know. For the last 4 years in Salt Lake City, the number of children sexually assaulted has far surpassed the number of adults assaulted. An alarming trend when you consider children often have no way to fight back and may not even know or understand what they're up against. In the first 3 months of this year, Salt Lake police say there were 64 felony cases of child sex abuse in the city. 63 of those children knew their abuser. 27% of the suspects were relatives. Police say parents have to accept these disturbing statistics and prepare their children.
It's easy to talk to a child about a stranger, but the numbers never support the strangers. The numbers support that it's going to come from somebody known to the child, and they need to sit down and they need to discuss that.
Police and victim advocates say because so many children who are sexually assaulted are abused by someone they know, it's crucial to teach children about safe touch, what's appropriate and what's abuse. The director of Salt Lake's Rape Recovery Center says there are movies and books like this parents can borrow from the center to help teach children about unsafe behavior.
It's an issue that parents aren't all that comfortable with. How am I going to tell my children how to know what is a safe touch and what is not?
Teaching children about sexual assault is difficult, but police say it's the only way to try and protect children from becoming victims.
We tell them not to go play in the street. We tell them all the things that protect them that are safe. Well, we need to tell them about this. This happens.
And police say the younger you can teach your children about what is a safe touch, the better off you are. The youngest victim this year was 2 years old. Back to you.
Karen Shaler, thank you.
53 people who live in an Orem care facility have to move, and they don't know where they'll be able to go. Central Utah correspondent Robert Wallace joins us now live from Orem with more on that story. Bob.
That's right. The long battle between the Mesa Vista Care Facility and the owner of the building is now over. Once a court order is signed, Mesa Vista will have 10 days to move out. But employees of the care facility say that splitting up the residents will be difficult and that finding acceptable places for them to live on such short notice will be nearly impossible. Dirk Thornton moved into the Mesa Vista Care Facility 3.5 years ago. He and 53 other people with developmental disabilities live here under the care of a full-time staff. But the entire facility must now move, and that makes Dirk Thornton nervous.
This place is like a family to me. I just can't see it happen. It's just totally wrong. And I don't like it.
Operators of Mesa Vista admit they lost the legal battle with the landlord and are ready to abide by the court eviction order. But they say finding suitable accommodation for 53 residents will take more time than the courts are willing to give.
We have checked in the system. In these type of facilities, they have a 98% occupancy rate. There's a few beds that are open, but it certainly wouldn't handle all the residents who live there. And so we would have to look for other places for them to live.
Mesa Vista would like to move all the residents to another facility, but obtaining the proper permit from the state requires 30 days' notice. Some of the employees have offered to take care of the residents until they find new accommodation, but state law won't allow that.
There's 53 people that are pretty much just getting booted out into the street. A lot of these people have been here most of their lives. You know, we are their family. A lot of these people, we really are their only family.
Now, state health officials say that the residents of Mesa Vista are in a good situation right now, but they say that the state can find other acceptable places for them to live when they do move out.
All right, we'll hope so. Bob Walls reporting live. Thank you.
The noon hour was a noisy one in downtown Salt Lake City today. At least 24 city trucks circled the block around the city and county building. The workers are upset with current contract negotiations. The city is offering a 5% raise over 2 years, but the union wants at least 8%.
When you get people that show initiative and show like they really want to participate in things and try to make their workplace and everything better, and then just turn around and get your teeth kicked in, you know, it frustrates everybody.
The truck circled the block for 15 minutes. The mayor's office says there will be no consequences over using city vehicles for the protest unless it happens again. Negotiations are to resume tomorrow morning. The city of Clearfield will get 3 more police officers thanks to a $225,000 grant announced last week by Vice President Al Gore. The initiative adds 100,000 police officers to communities across the country. Under this program, state or local agencies pay 25% of the officers' salaries, while the grants pay the remaining 75%.
Parents whose children attend a Westside Elementary School have voted overwhelmingly to adopt a standard dress code for the students that stops just short of being a uniform. Jackson Elementary has a unique blend of cultures and economic backgrounds. It also has some problems with fighting and kids who dress like gang members. Parents and teachers hope dressing the children in a standard dress code will erase some of those problems.
And I think it'll raise test scores. I think kids will be more apt to worry about what's going on in their books than he's wore the same shirt 3 days in a row, because now they can, and it's okay. And nobody's going to make fun of them, and nobody's going to have to worry about social boundaries anymore.
Beginning next fall, students will wear shirts with collars, pants, shorts, or skirts in a combination of navy, maroon, white, and tan. So do you think the Salt Lake real estate market is pretty hot? If so, you are right on the money. In fact, it's one of the 10 hottest real estate markets in all the country. Valuation International says this market is top 10 in sales of residential property, industrial properties, retail stores, and office space. The Atlanta-based firm attributes Salt Lake's booming market to the upcoming 2002 Winter Olympics.
Seagulls may be scavengers, but they are the Utah state bird, and they are federally protected.
But somebody in Roy either doesn't know that or doesn't care.
It broke my heart to see them, some dead, some suffering and dying, as this one is.
That story after weather.
And up next, we'll tell you about a very rude awakening for a West Valley City family this morning.
There's only one thing this bad boy can't leave behind.
Positively ends tomorrow. Midnight Madness means...
Look, you never get what you want from all that blah, blah, blah. You get it at your Pontiac dealer. They're closer than you think. Check this out.
Just announced, 1.9% APR GMAC financing or $2,000 cash back on Grand Am. 1.9 financing or $2,000 cash back. That makes now the best time to buy. See your Utah Pontiac dealers.
What are you talking about? Of course it's my car.
Funkhauser, where's that report?
I faxed the report.
Just kidding, it's me.
Look, I don't have time right now.
Man, are you uptight? You should sneak out to Baskin-Robbins for a 2-scoop sundae.
I can't.
Don't worry. I'll finish your report.
Okay.
Make your day happy. Check out our new value menu, now featuring 2-scoop sundaes at just $1.99.
That's great. Good. Say, I rewrote the Morrison report. I think I made it a little punchier.
You what?
Join in on the fun. Join in on the savings going on right now at Motorsportsland's Spring Fling RV sale. Every new RV is red tag priced to give you extra savings and get you started on your path to fun and adventure. Special finance rates are also available. There are accessories on sale and product demonstrations. Simply, there is more going on right now at Motorsportsland than we can possibly mention. So come in by Saturday and join in on the excitement.
Let Motorsportsland help you get away.
4001 South State.
Need some help with those, Grandma?
Sure.
Boy, you must really like Harmon's Bakery.
Well, they bake almost everything from scratch, you know.
You mean other stores don't?
Oh, you have so much to learn, dear.
So, is the bakery the only reason you shop at Harmon's?
Heavens, no. I like that nice boy who bags my groceries there. He's another reason.
We're the grocer in your neighborhood. Harmon.
Yes, yes, yes. Through Saturday, the Yes event at Salt Lake Valley GMC says yes to 1.9% financing, rebates up to $2,000, and bigger Yes event discounts. Yes, you could be driving a new well-equipped Sierra Extended Cab 4x4 for $199 a month. Yes, just $199 a month. Choose from dozens out of our biggest selection ever and get a free vacation with any vehicle purchase. Open late through Saturday at the Big Nice Guys Yes event, putting you head and shoulders above the rest at Salt Lake Valley GMC. Take I-215 to 35th South and head east.
In a future world where the government controls everything,
the world is at peace. Be happy.
No one ever imagined what it would cost.
There's no such thing as love here.
Based on the classic novel about a world where the only thing forbidden is love.
It makes me feel something that I've never felt before.
The world is all built on a lie.
Leonard Nimoy, Peter Gallagher.
I can't afford this disorder.
An NBC original motion picture.
One person can make a difference.
I want love!
Brave New World, Sunday on NBC.
The woman who allegedly stole a fire truck last weekend made her first court appearance today. Shirley Shea is charged with 2 felonies of unlawful control of a vehicle, failure to stop, and driving under the influence. Saturday morning, police say she drove off with this rescue engine while paramedics attended to an emergency. She then led 20 police officers on a high-speed chase from Salt Lake to Layton and back. A hearing has been set for next week.
A West Valley family awoke to quite a surprise in their living room this morning. A car. Apparently, the driver of the car lost control, hopped the curb, and slammed right into the house. The driver of the car was a little banged up, but nobody inside the home was hurt. Police are still trying to figure out how it all happened, but say speed may have been a factor. Well, the Thursday evening commute home is underway. Here's this evening's KSL US West traffic link report. Our camera at 8400 South and I-15 shows slow traffic after an accident there has kept things really at a snail's pace the last little while. And further up the line, our camera at 5300 South shows you more effects of that slowdown.
But you know, the sun is shining there on the freeway, as bad as it is. And when you leave work, you know, you're done work and you're on the road and it's sunny, makes you feel better, doesn't it?
A whole lot.
Boy, the boats are in. The boats are just pouring in on that. Got a little cold air that's still hanging around. Snowed this morning in St. George.
Oh, well,
just
that's not
good.
Just a few
flakes, yeah.
That report and a study says there's too much violence on TV. A lot of people are tired of it and they plan to do something. Find out what that is coming up on Eyewitness News at 6:30.
All over the world, volunteers from Operation Smile provide surgery to needy children, changing lives one smile at a time. Now you can help. KSL Television and Franklin Covey Company invite you to the Sharpen the Saw Run Walk May 9th in Provo Canyon. There'll be t-shirts, prizes, and an unbeatable chance to make a difference. Everyone's welcome, businesses too. Whether you run or not, please donate. Call 496-5050 for information and registration.
Hello, Utah. Check out this week's Super Savers only at Henry Day Ford.
You'll really save on this 1995 Ford Contour. In great condition, only $75.75. The MSRP on this new 1998 Expedition is $33,980. But the Henry Day price is only $29,923. Save over $4,000. This 1997 Explorer 4x4 is fully loaded with power windows, locks, seats, and much more. Only $29.75.
Only at Henry Day Ford.
Come on, girl. Give it to me, baby.
Ooh, baby, we've got more copies of new releases than ever before. Go to Blockbuster and go home happy.
Rent 7 years in Tibet tonight and go home happy. He was a legendary explorer who set out on an expedition to the Himalayas and disappeared for 7 years. Brad Pitt in 7 Years in Tibet, rated PG-13 from Columbia TriStar Home Video. Rented tonight at Blockbuster Video.
It's a Super Saturday weekend sale at Granite Furniture.
I've got my Man of Steel.
Get a jump start on spring with a 4 or 6-piece flat of assorted flowers for only 68 cents. And Granite's entire selection of patio furniture is on sale now. Plus, with your new purchase of $9.99 or more, get a free vacation getaway package to San Diego, Disneyland Park area, Orlando, or Las Vegas. You get deluxe hotel accommodations, plus great discounts to area attractions. Take advantage of all the super savings during the Super Saturday weekend sale at Granite Furniture.
Savers is celebrating 44 great years of fun and savings with a big 50% off everything sale on Saturday, April 18th. That's right, save 50% on summer playwear for the kids, sporting and lawn equipment, and more. Over 4,000 quality used items added daily. Plus, enter to win a $100 shopping spree or a trip to the Caribbean. Save 50% on everything at Savers this Saturday. You never know, you may need an extra suitcase.
It is. It's more than you bargained for.
It was the first night of our vacation. Between my aching back and all the excitement, I just couldn't get to sleep. My mind was racing. Should I take something? How would I feel in the morning? Well, I tried some Tylenol PM. That's the name I can trust. The Tylenol PM stopped my pain. It helped me sleep. Good decision. Next morning, we walked along the beach. Before breakfast. Pretty romantic.
Rest easy. It's Tylenol PM.
Weather brought to you by the Utah Auto Mall in Sandy, where you'll find 8 great dealerships at one convenient location.
Still in the 40s, but not a record cold day, thank goodness. So got up to 49 this afternoon after our 35-degree start. 61 is where we should be. 84 is the record high for this date. It's set way back in 1936. Man, 28 the record cold. All right, that was 1970. All right, here we go with mostly cloudy skies. And it's really a mix across the valley. Some folks are getting a lot of sunshine right now, and in some areas, the snow is still coming down. A few little snow squalls. 59% our humidity. Northwest breeze in here at 11 miles an hour. Pressure is building. Finally got that go up over 30 inches of mercury. Okay, to the satellite picture we go. Storm is reconsolidated, and the axis is just almost dead center on the four corners, now drifting a little bit into New Mexico. But with that rotation, it's kept a lot of thunderstorm action, principally in the southern third and the eastern part of our state, with, of course, a few notable exceptions. We've had some up and down the I-15 corridor, have we not? There was a pretty good one around Centerville. I mentioned earlier this morning, there was just a brief little period where there were a few little snowflakes fell in St. George. As of 6 o'clock, it was still snowing in Cedar City. There's rain in Vernal, and looks like we've got some showers in LaSalle Mountains there just to the south and east of Moab. And that's the action. Look at this right here. Right along the Wasatch Corridor, our beautiful mountains right along the ridge tops. As we see that circulation, you can see these cells rotating around counterclockwise. There's the activity in Cedar City. Now we're looking at the last about 3 hours worth of lightning, and there's been plenty of it around Hanksville in particular. A pretty good show there. North end of Flaming Gorge, thunderstorm action. Now we're looking at a zoomed-in picture of northern Utah. What I wanted to show you on this one, first of all, everything is diminishing compared to what we've been experiencing the last 2 days. The greatest amount is concentrated right over the top of the Wasatch Mountains and the west end of the Uinta. So, decreasing showers tonight as we wave a fond farewell to this big weather system that has clobbered us so hard. 54 will be our high tomorrow. That could be a titch optimistic, but we're going to go for it. With some sunshine, it won't take too much. 66 in St. George. 5-day forecast, St. George. You will hit 74 on Saturday. Do better than that on Sunday. It keeps going on Monday, and higher yet on Tuesday when you hit 82 hot, sizzling degrees. On our northern 5-day, we'll go to 59 on Saturday and hit 60 on Sunday and keep on a tear there for Monday and Tuesday. So
it's a better set of numbers.
All right, boy, everybody perks up with those numbers. It's amazing what putting that 60 up there will do for. Look at that. I'm looking at smiles here. Check these smiles.
Stair steps up. We like them. All right, thanks. Well, dozens of birds are found dead in Weber County, and they're not just any bird. As we told you, they're Utah state bird. Wildlife officials say somebody intentionally poisoned seagulls near a popular fast food restaurant in Roy. Some viewers may find these pictures you're about to see disturbing. News specialist Angela Ann has our story.
They circle and circle in search of food. At the corner of 1900 West and Riverdale Road, there's plenty to choose from.
They fly around and they pick up, you know, whatever people drop.
But it was at the Burger Bar in Roy where nearly 24 seagulls were found dead after eating poisoned French fries.
When I arrived, there was a pile of 10 birds.
Lee Fielding with the Division of Wildlife Resources says he expects to find more dead seagulls, but it'll take weeks to determine just what kind of poison the birds ingested.
They heat up internally and they start regurgitating and bleeding from the mouth. I have the one that I picked up this morning here in the truck. It's still alive, yes.
What do you think its chances of survival are?
It doesn't look really good.
Investigators say someone in a white pickup truck drove through this gravel parking lot, threw the poisoned food out the window, and then drove off. The question is, who and why? Fielding believes someone who lives or works near the burger bar felt the seagulls were a nuisance and wanted to get rid of them. But as the state bird, seagulls are federally protected, which means prison time if officials catch whoever poisoned them.
Sometimes we as humans cause them to be a nuisance by thinking they're cute and pretty and feeding them. It broke my heart to see them, some dead, some suffering and dying, as this one is.
By the time this story airs, this young seagull will most likely raise the death toll to 25. Angela Ann, KSL News in Roy.
Wildlife officials warn residents in Roy not to touch any seagull that seems to act strange. Many of the birds that flew farther away may still be contaminated with that poison.
Utah's First Lady Jacqueline Leavitt today unveiled a program to help increase the number of Utah infants who are completely immunized by age 2. It's the latest addition to the Immunized by 2 program, sponsored by Hallmark Greeting Cards. All parents of newborn children will now receive a card from Governor and Mrs. Leavitt congratulating them on their new arrival with a reminder.
It's time to start those immunizations, and the record is actually in here so that they can understand that there is a series of shots that needs to be given in order to be adequately protected.
Only 70% of children in Utah are completely immunized by age 2. The state hopes to increase that number to 90% by the year 2000.
You know, there's a party atmosphere across the street here. Already it's been going on all afternoon. Last regular season game for the Jazz, right?
At home.
At home, right.
Absolutely, and a lot on the line for the Jazz, a lot on the line for the University of Utah. The gymnastics teams for Utah and BYU are in California, plus we'll take you live to the Delta Center and check out the Jazz as they get ready for the Sacramento Kings Sports is next.
Why wait? You know you want it. That new car stereo from R.C. Willey. R.C. Willey has Utah's largest selection with America's most wanted brand names. And R.C. Willey will install that new car stereo in our own installation centers while you wait. Our installers are MECP certified. Buy a new Pioneer, JVC, Sony, or Clarion high-power AM/FM CD player, your choice just $199. And we'll include the installation labor. Nobody beats R.C. Willey. Nobody.
Staples knows how to make people happy. We constantly lower our prices, which is good for small business people. And saving money is also good for office supply managers, for people who work out of their homes, even for families with kids who need school supplies. Low prices are good for everyone.
This is great!
For guaranteed low prices on over 7,000 supplies and free delivery. Staples, yeah, we've got that.
Toro makes the only lawnmower guaranteed to start on the first or second pull for 5 years, or Toro will fix it free. So, when it's time to mow your lawn, at least you can count on one thing to cooperate. The Toro Super Recycler, now up to $130 less than last year.
Original, one of a kind, pasta creations. Now, only at Applebee's. The original deep dish lasagna. 3 exotic mushrooms in 1 huge ravioli. Santa Fe red chili pasta with tequila lime chicken. 6 new dishes, one of a kind pasta creations. Come in for an original, but hurry, they're also limited editions.
You belong at Applebee's.
I'm Carol Alt. City of Hope urges you to support research to find a cure for AIDS and stop this epidemic. Help find a cure for HIV, AIDS, and related cancers. Call Workout for Hope today.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. These pictures are all proof that Quai garlic tablets lower cholesterol. But if the pictures aren't enough, only Quai has 14 years of research on people that proves Quai's effectiveness in lowering cholesterol. Call 1-800-92-PROOF for more information on the proven brands. Quai, proven to lower cholesterol, proven for life.
Hungry for adventure? Take a taste test in a new all-wheel drive Subaru today.
leather.
That's right. This is the Subaru Outback Limited.
2 sunroofs. Nice touch. I hear it has full-time all-wheel drive.
Yeah. Holds a turn better than a Blazer. Subaru Outback, the world's first sport utility wagon.
You know, the wife and kids would really like one of those.
You're watching the Channel 5 Eyewitness News with sports specialist Alema Harrington.
The Jazz have a chance to build on their half-game lead over the Bulls for the best record in the NBA. Utah hosting Sacramento tonight. Kathy Aiken is at the Delta Center, and Utah's on top right now. But, Kathy, don't they have to finish strong?
They certainly do, Alema. They most likely will have to win the final 3 games. In fact, the final 2 are on the road at Phoenix and in L.A. Now, it's certainly a pressure situation, but one the team is ready for.
I like it. I like the idea that every game's important to you. Every game, every time you step out there, you got to win or try to do everything you can. And I think your players get ready to try to do that.
It's a whole lot better than, you know, trying to hope for another team to lose or something like that. Right now, all we have to do is win 3 games, 1 game at a time, starting right here tonight.
Even though tonight the Jazz play Sacramento, a team that's lost 16 of their last 17 games, the players know one slip-up and a home court advantage throughout the playoffs could be over.
Sometimes if you're not in a battle for a playoff spot or a home court advantage, that you just kind of take these last few games off, and you kind of lose your focus. So we'd like to be in this position.
A position the Jazz have never been in before, but it's not easy. They end the season at Phoenix and in L.A. against the Lakers.
If we could finish on a high note going into the playoffs and getting these last 3 victories, that'd be huge for us.
Yeah, I think huge is an understatement. We'll see if the Jazz can hang on through Sunday. Alema, once again, it's a final home game of the regular season. We'll have highlights and post-game reaction at 10. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Kathy Aiken at the Delta Center. Not a lot of breathing room right now for the Jazz. Here's a look at the NBA standings. Far from lonely at the top. Chicago lost last night, but they are right behind the Jazz. So is Seattle, and the Lakers are in striking distance. The Jazz could finish with the best record in the league or as far back as 3rd in the West, so a lot of room for maneuvering there. University of Utah and BYU are in California for the College Women's Gymnastics Nationals. The top 3 teams from each of today's 2 sessions will move on to the Super 6. Cougars competed earlier in the early session. Here are the results. Georgia, Alabama, and ASU will move on. BYU came in 6th. The Red Rocks are competing in the late session, which is going on right now. BYU was actually doing quite well. They were in 3rd after 3 rotations, but fell apart in the beam portion, and we'll have complete results tonight at 10 o'clock.
Okay, thanks, Alema. Coming up new now at 6:30, a new survey finds more violence on primetime television than ever before.
The governor had just declared Nashville a disaster area.
Tornadoes ripped through downtown Nashville.
This show should be off by now. They've been on too long.
And a one-on-one with Jerry Seinfeld. Eyewitness News at 6:30 is next.
We have a situation here down at Mike Hale Acura. We have 1998 Acura Integra RSs for $190.
You're watching KSL Channel 5. This is Eyewitness News at 6:30.
Violence is going up just as the stock market is, without any explanation except that violence sells.
TV violence on the rise.
And a serious risk to children. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Eyewitness News at 6:30. I'm Ruth Todd, in tonight for Carol Makita.
And I'm Bruce Lindsay. A major survey released today finds that violence on television is a serious and growing hazard to the mental health of America's children. Charles Sherrill has a report from our Washington Bureau.
TV violence is getting worse, according to a new 3-year study.
Premium cable continues to feature the highest percentage of programs with violence during prime time, averaging about 92%.
The survey found visual violence in about 2/3 of primetime programs on basic cable and broadcast channels.
Violence on American television is typically profiled as an acceptable and often desirable way to solve problems.
Professors and students from 4 universities evaluated 10,000 hours of primetime programs from 1994 through 97.
Fully 71% of violent scenes contain no remorse, no criticism, and no penalty for violence at the time that it occurs.
The researchers want programs to portray aggressors as outcasts, not heroes.
And to present more frequent portrayals of remorse, criticism, or penalties for violence
or in a word, punishments.
The following movie is rated PG.
They like a rating system keyed to content. Age-based ratings create what's called the forbidden fruit effect.
Children do not like to be told they're too young to do anything.
Network broadcasters dispute the results released today and cite a recent university study they sponsored that shows violence on their air declining. The American Motion Picture Association also faults the new findings as based on flawed assumptions and jumping to preconceived conclusions. Charles Sherrill, KSL News, Washington.
By the way, Governor Mike Leavitt today declared next week National TV Turn-Off Week. Families are encouraged to turn off their television sets from April 22nd for a week so they can enjoy other activities.
A tearful Paula Jones says she's not through yet. Jones announced today in Dallas that she will appeal a judge's decision to dismiss her sexual harassment lawsuit against President Clinton.
I have not come this far to see the law let men who have done such things dodge their responsibility. They should not be able to abuse their positions of power at the expense of female employees. Therefore, I have decided to appeal the court's decision.
Legal experts say an appeal could take years. That means any trial in the Jones case would probably not occur until after Mr. Clinton leaves office.
Whitewater prosecutor Kenneth Starr has changed course. Starr said today he won't be taking a job at Pepperdine University in California when his work with Whitewater is done.
The work of that office, however, has expanded considerably, and the end is not yet in sight.
The public policy school Starr was supposed to head received more than $1 million in startup money from one of the president's chief critics. Meantime, time is running out for Starr's grand jury. It will finish its term May 7th. President Clinton today opened a two-day state visit to Chile. The president hailed the South American nation as a leader in our hemisphere. Mr. Clinton and President Eduardo Frei agreed to set up a commission to promote investment and commerce between the two countries. After a two-day state visit, President Clinton will join 33 other leaders at a summit, launching formal talks to establish a free trade area in the Americas.
Another series of tornadoes ripped through the South today. The latest hit downtown Nashville, Tennessee this afternoon. Take a look. The tornado blew out windows in dozens of buildings, caused more than 100 injuries. Deadly tornadoes also touched down in Tennessee and Arkansas overnight.
It's been an all-too-familiar sight this spring, a path of destruction left by deadly tornadoes. Last week it was Alabama. Before that it was Georgia. Here it's the small town of Manila, Arkansas. The tornado came at 3 in the morning as people were sleeping.
When I woke up, you could hear it, you know, coming through. The trailer was going over, and I was worried about the family and everything. All I thought about was just grabbing them.
This man and his family were lucky. They survived. That was not the case for their neighbors. A young son and daughter of Wayne and Kathy Lomax were killed when the twister hit their mobile home near Manila. Both parents were seriously injured as well. The series of storms moved northeast from Manila to the town of Blytheville, Arkansas.
We just prayed the whole time. I mean, the kids were crying. We were obviously afraid. It was very loud. Things were falling in the house.
Another tornado ripped apart a rural area of Dyer County, Tennessee. That's where 2 more people were killed. A husband and wife swept away with their mobile home.
That were in the trailer were found out in the field.
The system moved into Kentucky with more damaging winds that toppled trees and utility poles. Then into southern Ohio, where torrential rains flooded a number of roads and low-lying neighborhoods. The volatile weather of this young spring has people in the southeast pondering a key question. Who's next?
It's been tough.
Oh, it has. Now, Len Randolph has been tracking the storm on Doppler radar. Len.
All right, Ruth, we'll just show you the latest one. This is a tremendous swath of severe weather all the way through from, well, you saw the damage and destruction that Bruce was talking about in Arkansas, but really the area of greatest concern has got to be north-central Tennessee with the tornadoes that have already hit around Nashville. In fact, just got a report in. Mail has been found 100 miles away already from some of those earlier storms. It's blown that far. And people were carried over 100 yards in some instances. So it'll be severe storms all night long as this massive system continues to march to the east. This is one very, very violent spring season for tornadoes. It's the worst in 15 years. All right. In fact, you got to go back to the El Nino event of 1983. All right. I want to show you. These are the storm clouds. We still have some storm clouds out there. These are sort of the last gasp storm clouds of the system that's been with us now for what? 3 days or maybe the first half of April. We're going to wave goodbye to this. Everybody wave goodbye to this one because it's out of here. It is out of here. So, you too, forecast coming up. Be a lot sunnier than this in just a few minutes, all right?
All right, we'll certainly look forward to that. Thank you, Len. Houston, we have a problem. Mechanical problems postponed today's launch of the Space Shuttle Columbia. NASA says a network signal processor failed on the shuttle, so NASA has decided to go ahead and replace the mice, snails, and some of the other animals and insects on board. They're all part of an in-depth study of how the brain and nervous system perform in zero gravity.
The government wants changes in the most used airliner in the world. The Federal Aviation Administration today proposed mandatory modifications to the fuel, wiring, and vent systems of most Boeing 737s. The orders stem from the TWA Flight 800 probe. Investigators are concerned that sparks can enter the plane's center fuel tank.
Okay, the recall notice went out.
But perhaps you didn't get it, so you didn't do anything about it.
Some people don't get the message the first time.
The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission launches a recall roundup. Is anything you own on that list?
The whole area around here has to be saved for becoming the nation's dumping ground.
And what they're doing with the napalm that nobody wants.
I'm already a winner, my cat's getting a platinum card, and this is disgusting. You know why these come-ons all seem the same? Because they are. You want to know an exciting, see a Pontiac dealer. It's closer than you think. Here, watch this.
Shop a great selection of new Pontiacs, and now get 1.9% APR GMAC financing on Sunfires, Transports, and 1.9 financing on Grand Ams. See your Utah Pontiac dealers.
Do not adjust your TV, only your thinking.
The Consumer Safety Commission is recommending a little bit of spring cleaning. It's called Recall Roundup. The commission hopes it keeps dangerous products from lingering in your home. Among the warnings, keep halogen lamps away from curtains and drapes. Playpens like this one have collapsed and killed nearly a dozen children. They say make sure your playpen does not have small open spaces in which your child could become stuck. If you've got any questions about Recall Roundup or to get more information about hazardous products, call the Consumer Safety Commission at this number, 1-800-638-2772.
The 12,000 gallons of napalm that nobody wants sits in a rail car in Kansas City tonight. It's part of 23 million pounds of napalm left over from the Vietnam War. Now the Navy says it'll store it in California until it works out a new plan for disposing of it. Well, he's famous for scaling the Empire State Building, the Golden Gate Bridge, the Eiffel Tower, all without any ropes or safety equipment. Today, the French daredevil known as Spider-Man climbed the obelisk of Luxor in Paris. He was arrested, of course, as he usually is, once he hit the ground. Spider-Man says his next goal is to climb the monument's twin in Egypt.
Guy has nerves of steel. Yeah. A little nuts, but a court orders TV star Tim Allen into a rehab clinic. Why?
I want the public to be upset that we've left. That's good. That means you've left at the right time.
And a one-on-one with Jerry Seinfeld. We'll be right back.
While you watch, you know.
Da, da, da.
A court today ordered TV star Tim Allen to check into a rehab clinic. Last May, Michigan police clocked Allen doing 70 miles an hour in a 40 zone. He pleaded guilty to drunken driving. As part of that plea, the home improvement star must receive alcohol counseling.
For 4 more weeks, and America's favorite sitcom will come to an end. The last episode of Seinfeld airs the 14th of May. So, why did Jerry and his pals decide to end the still popular show after 9 seasons? NBC's Larry Menti recently spoke with the comedian.
Most shows will probably just stay on as long as they can, but I think we're a little different, and we want to make a more graceful exit than that. And we also want to exit at the peak of our powers. We want people to always think of the show as the #1 comedy on the air.
But Jerry told me he was afraid people might just be getting sick of him.
There's nothing in the world that you're not going to get sick of. Nothing. You know, I mean, what happened to frozen yogurt? It's gone. It was so popular. Everyone was going nuts, driving around. There's a new place. They mix it in while you watch. You know, the chips are in there, you know, and now I don't want any more of that. So it doesn't matter how good something is. It's just human nature to want to move on to something else. And I, you know, I've been around show business long enough to know I would like to do that, you know, leave people in the best way. Not when they're relieved that you've gone, but they're upset. I want the public to be upset. that we've left. That's good. That means you've left at the right time.
Hey, some people who reportedly aren't as upset as you would think are the other actors on the show. They are already in talks for spin-off series and movie projects. But what about Jerry?
What is that next thing? You said you want to move on to the next thing. Have you thought about what that might be?
No, I don't have anything. I just think the public would like to move on to something else.
Listen, you're just going to do what?
Yeah. No, I'm going to watch along with them, and then I'll become part of the public. And then I'll be going, this show should be off by now. They've been on too long.
Now, no one can say that about Seinfeld. He truly did go out on top.
That last episode's coming up here pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really soon.
Got several new ones before the last one.
Yep.
So.
All right.
Okay, we'll take a new forecast.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, this has been fun doing this one. Now check, this is a live picture. This is not a painting. This is not a photograph from last year. These are live, looking out at our cityscape, with all that new snow in the mountains. It's melting, though, so, yeah, how about that? 35 this morning, and we got up to, I know, it was only 49. We had a little bit of sunshine there, a little warmer than yesterday's. Yesterday was only 43 yesterday. That's that record cold day. 61's normal, 84 the record. Okay, what about some present weather? Well, under mostly cloudy skies, still some snow squalls over our mountains. We're at 48, 59% humidity. Now a little northwest breeze in here at 11. Pressure's high. Anything's higher than what we've been the last few days. And steady as she goes for the moment. The storm that brought us so much cold weather and so much rain and snow that started out in the Pacific Northwest and drifted across the state is now anchored over the Four Corners region. And we can see that circulation. This is very well defined as we look at this. And it's made for a windy day. St. George had wind gusts of 46 miles per hour. And we, along the I-15 corridor, had our share of snow squalls and rain and hail, and even had a couple thunderstorms today. But the biggest action, and there are impulses that are rotating. This one just moved through Cedar and St. George, and there was some snow in Cedar City. There's been some rain in Vernal, so these spokes will continue to arc around as the heart of the storm moves off to the east. And so it's going to be a slow process, but we've weathered a lot, and it won't take too much more before we're out of it. Now, we've zoomed in on southwestern Utah, and there still are some thunderstorms near Cedar City moving. These storms are moving from the northeast to the south-southwest, so some of that action may make it over the Pine Valley Mountains and into St. George later on. There's been some storminess around Kanab. Lake Powell's had some rain, and it's cold there. It's only 42 at Page right now. Okay, now let's go north and show you what's going on. We've got, well, there was a thunderstorm. Stuff changes so fast. Just 6 minutes ago, sort of towards Ogden Valley. Now we still have a little activity over the ridge tops of the Wasatch and some action in Cache Valley. So Smithfield, Hiram, Logan, you probably have had a little rain action or a little snow action within the last hour. Okay, decreasing showers tonight. We'll dip to about 31 or so. Cache Valley, I think you're headed for, we got 26 on the board here for you. So, yeah, some cold numbers. Richfield around 26, mid-20s for Cedar City as skies slowly clear out and dry out. We go to 54 tomorrow. So 43 yesterday, 49 today, 54 tomorrow. We get a good look at the sun, but there is a chance for some increasingly cloudy skies later tomorrow. So, but 54 will feel pretty good. 66 in St. George. Lingering storminess perhaps in eastern Utah. So we want to footnote the weather with that to let you know about everything there, Moab, Monticello, Blanding. Okay, St. George, you go to 74. Look at this, the big sunny sky there for Saturday. 75 and a few clouds coming in on Sunday, but up to 82 for Tuesday. Now, our northern 5-day. We've got a nice warming trend here. Thermometer, I wouldn't say it's thermometer popping, but it'll feel like thermometer popping. Everything's kind of relative.
Absolutely.
You know? So that's,
well, we'll
like
certainly take it.
Okay.
Sounds great.
You
Thanks.
got it.
Well, the Utah Jazz play their final home game in a few minutes.
It's a fight for the best record in the NBA and home court advantage throughout the playoffs. Jazz versus the Sacramento Kings tonight.
Kathy Aiken joins us now live from the Delta Center with a pregame report. Kathy.
Yeah, Bruce, and what a great regular season it's been for the Jazz. You know, if they win tonight, they will own the second best record in franchise history. Now, of course, a lot of that credit has to go to Coach Jerry Sloan, who is a very strong candidate for Coach of the Year.
If you look at what he's done over the last 3 years alone, he's definitely
one of the top coaches in the league. I think he should have it. They say Michael Jordan had to play without Pippen. Well, we had to play without John Stockton for a long time, too. So I think Coach Sloan's done a great job, especially because he's playing me more.
Yeah, I hope it's certainly not me, because I don't look at that as anything that's going to enhance this basketball team. I don't think that makes them play any better. And if it was an award that would make our team play better, I would be for it. But I don't see that it's going to make us play any better. I think our players are the one that's put you in a position to possibly have that happen. And hopefully they can continue to play well and forget about me.
Now, for what it's worth, the Madison Square Garden Network polled the NBA coaches, and for those that responded, Jerry Sloan won the ballot by about 3 votes over Larry Bird for Coach of the Year. Now, the coaches don't vote for that award. It's the NBA media, and it will be announced sometime during the playoffs. But once again, tonight, it's the last regular season game here at home at the Delta Center. We'll have highlights at 10. Bruce, back to you.
It'll be an exciting game. Thank you, Kathy Aiken.
Kind of an understatement type of guy, Jerry Sloan, you know.
Yeah, you could say that again.
Yeah. We will be right back in just a minute.
Sponsored by Mailboxes, etc., with full-service copying and 4-cent copies every Friday.
We asked Catherine and David Martin to lend us their answering machine and try the U.S. West voice messaging service. Catherine was thrilled because now she can talk on the phone and still get messages. David was delighted because now he can get messages without worrying about broken tapes or muffled messages. So it's no surprise that when we tried to return their old machine, they didn't seem a bit interested. U.S. West. Life's better here.
Lighter yet stronger. More power from less space. More space from less size. A drag coefficient among the lowest in the world. There's more than a pattern emerging here. It's the world's first use of cyber synthesis, where vehicles are designed, built, and tested in the virtual world so they'll perform better in the real world. The new Durango and the new Intrepid. New vision from the new Dodge.
Spanish translation of this program is sponsored by Salt Lake's Anniversary Inn. Rediscover the magic in our presidential suite.
Funkhauser, where's that report?
I faxed it, Bert.
Just kidding, it's me.
Look, I don't have time right now.
Man, are you uptight? You should sneak out to Baskin-Robbins for a 2-scoop sundae.
I can't.
Don't worry. I'll finish your report.
Okay.
Make your day happy. Check out our new value menu, now featuring 2-scoop sundaes at just $1.99.
That's great. Good. Say, I rewrote the Morrison report. I think I made it a little punchier.
You what?
Only one Utah radio station has the experience to put it all together.
KSL News Time 8:05. Good morning, I'm Grant Nielsen.
And a good morning to you. I'm Ed Vincent.
Depend on Salt Lake's #1 morning show, bringing you up-to-the-minute news.
Arson investigators are due to arrive on the scene at any moment now.
With live reports from Utah's most experienced radio news team. Plus, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 9s. It's the news you need from the people you trust. KSL News Radio 1160, Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
Dateline Friday. 4 women searching for a second chance. 4 women forced out of the system. Will they survive? Will they fall through the cracks? Are they wasting your money? Maria Shriver reports.
I'm Stone Phillips. Join me for Dateline, NBC Friday.
Well, have you tried to get around downtown Salt Lake lately? It's not easy. Just the latest outbreak of Utah's construction epidemic, and that's one of the stories we'll be sorting out for you tonight on Eyewitness News at 10. Highlights from that last home game for the Utah Jazz, and another potential problem caused by our wet spring. You'll see it here, so join us again at 10.
Okay, first it was black and white, then color, soon high-definition TV, HDTV. Well, now a new portable entertainment device unveiled in Japan could change the future of televised entertainment. You're looking at the face-mounted display device called iTrack. It puts the images in your face and directly in front of your eyes. The device can be connected to your television, your VCR, and video game consoles.
I guess you get stereophonic vision there.
Looks like
in
it.
3D, I would guess. You can all sit around with masks on, watching something together, having a great
Little
time.
family togetherness like that, all in your own world.
That's Eyewitness News coming up on 7. Thank you for being with us.
We'll see you back here at 10.
Join the news specialist tonight at 10 and KSL.com for Eyewitness News on Demand.
This is TV Wise for Thursday, April 16th. On Friends at 7, Ross's wedding plans affect Rachel's relationship with Joshua. It's rated TV PG and expect sexual innuendo. At 7:30 on Just Shoot Me, Nina models gold body paint and Maya addresses some angry feminists. It's rated TV PG and includes sexual innuendo. On Seinfeld at 8, Elaine suspects her new boyfriend is married. It's rated TV PG and includes sexual innuendo. At 8:30 on Veronica's Closet, Ronnie and the staff work all night on a photo shoot. Expect sexual innuendo in this TV PG rated show. At 9 on ER, Jeannie helps Scotty decide whether to undergo an experimental treatment. It's rated TV PG and includes graphic emergency room scenes. This has been TV Wise for Thursday, April 16th. For more information, check the TV Wise website at KSL.com. TV Wise is brought to you by KSL's Family Now.
Jazz versus Lakers, Sunday at 1:30 on Channel 5.